almost gives up the position there.
8-4 match. Spencer Lee's first takedown. You see Tony Ursuline in the background, the head coach at Purdue. And here comes
the tilt chain.
Patented tilt from Spencer Lee.
3, 4.
Vespa gets the first takedown, and quickly Spencer Lee with a reversal 2-2. How do you like that, Jim?
Well, I'll tell you what, the Nittany Lion fan base really loves it here. They're all standing 16,000, and they appreciate the aggression there by Vespa.
Set bottom, now top.
Largest crowd ever here inside the Bryce Jordan Center. The last time Iowa came, back in 2018, just shy of 16,000. Spencer Lee, Jim, 33 pins in his career, 27 in the first period, 10 in the first minute. What more can you add?
Tell you what, I'm looking at the techniques that he's using here right now, because this is an important match here as far as team points here in this duel. Remember, these #1 ranked guys you don't have the typical 1-2 matchups like we've had this meet in the past. So Lee against Vespa here, heavy favorite. I look for him to start using pinning combinations. That's what he's thinking about, not necessarily going into tilts. He might grab one here, though. Gets the count, takes the lead.
Textbook Spencer Lee. Get on the legs and go to work on top with those tilts, the bars. Looking for his 7th consecutive pin.
And that's one reason why Vespa may be out here, the knowledge that he might be a little bit tougher and would maybe weather this down below here, stay off his back, pretty wiry guy.
Easy.
Potentially dangerous, whistled with 144. A takedown and a turn for 4. Last week in Madison, Spencer Lee getting his 6th straight fall against two-time All-American Eric Barnett. It was 10-1 after the first period. Got the pin in the second period.
Yeah, look at him go right for the wing, though. Right there, up there high, getting his shoulder behind it right there. He's going to come back and grab the wrist and look for the tilt. But let's see how he finishes this off. He gets the count again one more time.
3 1,000. 4 1,000.
Where does he go from here? Does he try to go ahead and go high and look for the, try to turn the shoulders?
Same.
That's exactly what he's doing.
Spencer Lee, potentially dangerous, whistled again with 114. Spencer Lee, a 3-time national champion, one of 7 in Iowa history. Of course, he'll look to become the first Hawkeye and 5th overall to capture 4 individual crowns.
J.R. Johnson, the official, he quick on that. I wouldn't say quick, but just a quick whistle. See some technique right here. Tilting him one more time. Got the 4 count.
What's the most important thing he does, Jim, with that pressure on top?
Well, I tell you what, he just puts all that pressure, putting those shoulders up into the ear almost, and now he comes back, and his grip and his basically his bicep grip right there. We can go ahead and just pin a guy to his body right there, and he gets it.
Well, he gets it.
That was a good transition. Renteria fighting elbows. He's trying not get his wrist locked like he is right now.
Spencer Lee has maybe one of the best tilts I've ever seen.
Yeah, I don't understand how he gets it. He's not the longest wrestler, but when he gets that wrist, I assume it's like a vice grip. I never wrestled him. Never wrestled him at little kids tournaments either. Fun fact, I was told that there's about 50 kids that rode in a bus. Jody Stripmatter took 50 Young Guns kids or the kids around Spencer's area to watch him wrestle tonight. So that's awesome.
Lee's going to get at least the tech ball here, and he's going to settle in and get the...
Got that bar arm, and man, I'd love to get my hands on Spencer Lee and feel how strong he is, because for 125-pounder, he manhandles most of the country. And a beautiful cross wrist tilt for Spencer Lee. He's got 4 near fall, and pretty close to a fall here is Lee, but good bridge by
in this weight class in Spencer Lee, and what you can't do is give up your left wrist to Spencer Lee, because he's going to give you exactly that. Spencer Lee picking up near fall, and it looks like he's going to...
Bryce West out of Northern Illinois, the number 30 seed here at 125.
Presser attempting that, Lee attempting that cross wrist roll there. Did a nice job readjusting. He tried to go for the first time.
Oregon State higher seeded there against Christian Moody of Oklahoma, a three-time qualifier. Now in his junior year went 13-9 and finished 4th at the Big 12 tournament.
See, this far, Moody's doing an excellent job of respecting that speed of Presser. See, every time they break, Moody keeps his hands low, right down by the knees.
Percentage, making his first appearance at the NCAA championship from Castle High School in Newburgh, Indiana, the 4th place finisher. The Big Ten championships. Taking a look at Luke Wright's on the board, and 6 of them coming from the top position. It's hard to question Spencer Lee's motives in that top position as he's working to end this first period in the top position, looking to get more near fall. And that'll add 4 additional points, so 12 Welsh bellies down. Next points on the board for Spencer Lee will give him the technical fall. Taking a look at what is next here, we will see Luke Pletcher at 133 pounds taking on.
Two-time national champion Spencer Lee number 725. He's the top seed. We've got your full on 5 is Sherman.
6-0 lead here for Spencer Lee in match number 1 tonight.
Spencer just has such a hard ride on top, and if you're a bottom guy and you get ridden for a while, that really takes a lot out of you. He is so good at staying tight, keeping you compact, and just right like we see right now, scoring those back points. Very, very good at it.
Oh, it was those 2 matches just a couple of weeks ago that has made Spencer Lee 2-0. He took the guy down in the first period and never let him back up. He never got back out of it and went on to get a tech fall in the first period in both of those. 10-0, he's well on his way to be able to do it again with still 1.5 minutes to go in this first period.
He is just so dominant with that bar arm on top.
He's getting some more near fall coming his way. His points in their first match against Princeton.
I think he's going to get it.
Yeah.
Guys just go right over at that point. He has the wrist tied up here, trying to thread that left arm through, trying to get it up top. Rebar tilt there. He's loading up on the hips, and he's the best in the country at this.
You talked about it, Michael Cullen from
period. No, I don't see anybody. If you somehow could mesh these first 2 guys that Iowa has with the points that DeSanto puts up in the end of the match, and the lead usually doesn't need it right here with that tilt again. And we've seen him get balls from this position as well. Back points all the way through it and got an early tech ball.
It's just what you don't want to happen. What's happening right here, and he's going to be
is a talent extraordinaire. But you take a look at a guy like Mean Gene Mills, wrestled from Syracuse, was a national champion back in 1979, and outstanding wrestler in 81. Did a lot of this type of stuff here. The things that you saw, that you still see in wrestling, were things that, folks, that's tough to do.
Yes, it is. We joked about it last year, Jim. Jack Medley from Michigan went the full 7 minutes, and you and I argued that garnered Big Ten Wrestler of the Week honors.
Oh.
Spencer Lee in a couple of months.
Yeah, I think that, that no question about it. We saw it last year with Mark Hall coming out of redshirt, how the improvement was, and he wrestled right here in this arena about this time frame in the season, and was much better. But this guy got the wrist tilt going. That's what he is. He's just so tough in the top position, Tim.
And he showed it against Nathan.
Points with the 10s.
Spencer Lee out of Murraysville, Pennsylvania. Franklin Regional High School is a 3-time state champion, 2-time junior world champion, youngest ever at 16.
Well, what he does to his opponent is that he flattens him out like this, and we saw it against Tomasello where he was able just to keep him on his chest the whole match. I mean, knows how to carry his weight on his opponent so well that his opponent really has a difficult time getting back to the base.
Can't use it.
Right back again on it. Gonna settle back and load the hips up. Just doing it in the arching bridge position right there. He's off his own shoulder.
In Ohio, both these young men in high school last year making a mark on their teams and in the NCAA wrestling.
Yeah, here's the call there. They called Matten for stalling underneath there. I mean, he's just getting dominated here. And this is one thing. You're seeing a lot more of that. We saw a lot last night. Loading up the hips one more time. But see how he's staying off of his shoulders there? His own bridge. Now you can see how Piccinini basically cutting him out right there, kind of keeping his knees up tight to his elbows, doing a little hand fighting right down there. But you do break free. You've got to be able to move. And now he's got that tilt.
Spencer Lee with Piccinini on his back. Still a night. Malik Heinzelman, the regular starter for Ohio State here at 125.
It's interesting. Both coaches have decided to not wrestle their starter up against. Here's the little tilt action right there. Now he's going to come up the other side. Nice job by Hunter Lucas dropping that hip so the shoulders don't go.
Hunter Lucas out of Cridersville, Ohio, Lima Central Catholic High School.
See the battle for working for that wrist right there. And this is what he does as well as anybody, loading hips up onto his chest. It's the 4 count.
Jim, in those 7 matches where he didn't get the pins, he's outscored his opponents 115-8. Those are video game stats. That is crazy. Leading 10-0 here, still a minute to work with in this opening period.
Trapped
here he goes again.
On the edge. See how he's in a little bridge position right there? So he's trying to keep his shoulders off the mat. He does it so quickly and frequently.
14-0, a turn away from another tech.
Yeah, trapped arm again. He's battling, gets the wrist, comes across. Didn't quite feel it there. Again, Hunter Lucas is battling. He knows this is coming. Loads him up again. This time it's more traditional, loading the hips up onto your hips.
It'll be another.
You got near fall there. 4 near fall. Spencer Lee.
Fails on it.
Lee out front, 6-0, 2 takedowns, a near fall, looking to tilt and get the 4 count, which he will this time. That's 4 more points on the board. The performance, the Spencer Lee effect.
Yeah, I'd say that Iowa's always had the culture, but he's been the guy that's kind of been able to go ahead and he's just such a calm influence out there. I mean, off the mat, now he gets that bar tilt right there with the wrist. Not enough to maybe pin him, but he's got to start maybe thinking about the grip right there with enough pressure on to get the 2. And Tim, how about this crowd? 13,000 people at least with the blizzard conditions the last couple days in Iowa.
Yeah, the storm came and went, but the wrestling storm are the Hawkeyes, and they're started out by Spencer Lee every time, and here's a 4-point near fall, and out to a 6-0. And they keep winning, they keep growing the numbers here, and it's, like we said, it's an exciting time for the Hawkeyes.
He's got locked up again, and he does as good a job as anybody loading up hips. Same technique with the upper body. Thompson's able to fight through with that.
4 more points near fall without 10-0 and then looking for more.
Great job of just taking him straight back with that. And then last year losing to Rivera, but this year he's been in control of the whole weight class. And really going into the national tournament with a lot of momentum.
It's going to be a 4-point near fall.
Stop.